Today is Monday, August 11th, and this is the Bay Blend from WUSF. I'm Sky LeBron. Earlier this year, more than 200 Venezuelans in the U.S. were deported to a notorious El Salvador prison. Today, you'll hear about one of them, a Tampa man now separated from his wife and son. Plus, some events to check out this week, and before all that, the news headlines. The Sulphur Springs public pool in Tampa could be on its way back to opening. The city council voted on nearly $2 million in repairs for it. That makes Haley Bruns happy. She's lived in the Sulphur Springs neighborhood and made a lot of memories at that pool.
And not having that has been really sad. Losing the pool and that sense of community has had a big impact on us.
The pool was closed in 2023 because of foundation issues that let Hillsborough River water seep underneath it. There's no timeline for when it'll reopen. The My Safe Florida Home program is taking applications for grants to upgrade about 33,000 homes in case of hurricanes. You'd get the money reimbursed after you made the repairs. It's up to $10,000 you could get. There are some eligibility requirements, and the program is prioritizing certain homeowners by age and income. If you're interested, you can get the details for the program right now at WUSF.org. If you call Social Security's 1-800 number, you could be on hold for a while, and that's because thousands working there took federal buyouts or were cut. Shonda Johnson works for the Social Security Administration in Tampa, where she says staff has been moved around. She says so far it's been a logistical nightmare.
Moving the employees from the field offices will cause backlog there, and then you have employees doing jobs that they did not apply to do, nor is their grade designated to do.
Johnson says this means longer phone wait times, holdups on certain cases, and delays in getting benefits. Earlier this year, more than 200 Venezuelans were deported from the U.S. to a notorious El Salvador prison, including Frangel Reyes, an asylum seeker in Tampa. Just recently, he was able to make it out of the prison back to Venezuela, but he's still apart from his wife and son in Tampa. WUSF's Nancy Guan sat down with Frangel's wife and got on an online call with him. Nancy, did he describe to you what that time in El Salvador was like?
Yes. Reyes told me that his time in El Salvador was traumatic. He's still recovering mentally and physically from those 4 months. And he's not the only one. Over 200 other Venezuelans were sent to El Salvador in March. They were recently released in July. And they've been speaking out like Reyes is. Reyes told me that every morning they would wake him up at 3 or 4 a.m. and make them kneel on the floor for hours. The food was inedible, he said, and it made people sick, and that they were beaten for practically everything. I spoke with Juanita Gubertis with Human Rights Watch. That group has been documenting the conditions in the prison for the last several years.
Killings within jails, cases of torture, of ill treatment, cases of lack of access to adequate medicine and adequate food.
So how did Frangel and the other Venezuelans end up in this situation?
That's a good question, Sky. So Frangel and the 200 plus other Venezuelans ended up in El Salvador after the U.S. government accused them of being members of the gang Tren de Aragua, which the government has designated as a terrorist organization. Many of them deny that. Reyes himself says that he has no criminal history, and that information is actually included in the Department of Homeland Security documents used to deport him. When I spoke with his wife at their apartment in Tampa, she pulled out copies of these documents and pointed to multiple errors throughout.
Mire, y aquí habla de unos nombres que es Ortiz Morales.
So what she's saying there is that throughout the documents, they actually list the wrong name. They list Ortiz Morales several times, and in another section, they actually refer to Frangel as her and she. Multiple news organizations and human rights groups have done their own research, and they actually found that most of the Venezuelans sent there have no criminal history, either in the U.S. or abroad.
How's Frangel doing now?
So Frangel told me that he's recovering little by little each day. He said he might try and seek out professional help. He says he's still traumatized by one of the worst times in the prison, which was at night. Prison guards would turn the bright lights off and come into their cells and beat them in the dark.
Me quedé con esa trauma, que cada vez que apagan la luz, que queda el cuarto oscuro, o sea, me asusto.
So what he says there is that even now at his parents' home in Venezuela, he can't sleep with the lights off.
If you want to read more about this story, it's a powerful one. You can right now at WUSF.org. That's where Nancy's reporting is. Nancy, thank you for the time.
Thanks, Guy.
You looking for a date lately? Well, I can't help you with dating other humans. You're on your own with that. But how about a date with a book? Snow Park in Tampa's West Riverfront neighborhood holds a quarterly blind date with a book tonight from 4 to 7. Try out a book you wouldn't normally read, plus no worries about the awkward small talk or figuring out if you're going to split the check or having to send the follow-up text that you're just not feeling it but hoping to still be friends. This one's really cool. Tuesday night at Yard House on Tampa's Water Street, it's Girl Game Day. It's for the women who love sports. They're doing a meetup. Whether you're a woman who likes watching sports or playing them, this is the chance to meet other women who are into that too. Honestly, one of the cooler ideas I've heard in a while. Not sure if this is common in other metro areas. Then again, it could be just a blind spot for me because, you know, I'm a dude. And Wednesday night in St. Petersburg, you could try out hip-hop yoga with a live DJ. It's at Outcast Brewing Company, and it's $25 for non-members. They're calling it a full-body free-flow set with sounds from the DJ. Here's a fun nugget. The DJ is Regina Gonzalez, who you might know if you watch the local news. She's a journalist for Fox 13. Talk about having a different hobby from your day job. Make sure you register for this one beforehand. That's another Babe Blend for you to start off the week. A week in, how you feeling about the new name? I like it, but I'm a little biased, not gonna lie. Anyways, hope you're enjoying the pod. If you do, like it, rate it, follow it, all that good stuff. I'm gonna start getting the next episode ready for you, so make sure you give it a listen when another Babe Blend drops tomorrow morning.